Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today, if you couldn't guess by the title, is TBR Jar chooses my May reads. I can't believe I'm already choosing reads for May. Like, it's just gone by so quickly. I again am gonna follow the last month's format in video. Again, because the day that I have to film this is a rainy, dreary day, which is not ideal, but you know, live, laugh, love. So this is what we're gonna do. I have my little jar here. Pick out 5 prompts. I'm gonna go choose them, then I'll come back and explain what I've chosen. Let's give it a good shake up. And then we'll pick out the first one. Oh, I've got 2 here. We'll go with this one. So the first prompt I have is a thriller book. You can see, which is super exciting. I've been really into my thrillers lately, and I haven't really been given a prompt that can really grab my attention for that. The next one will be, there's again 2. We've got friend chooses next book. So I'm gonna have to message a friend and get them to pick a read for me. I might give them a choice of 2 books and get them to choose. So we'll see how long it takes for them to respond for that one. Prompt 3 is a sapphic novel, which is super exciting. If you don't know, a sapphic novel is basically a novel where the 2 love interests are both female, which I am really excited. I haven't really read many recently, and I know I've wanted to get into more. Sorry if there's a bit of a camera angle change. My battery just died. Prompt number 4 is a book that you've owned for 2+ years. That's a really good prompt because I have so many books that have just been on my TBR for so long. So I'm really hoping that I am able to get through more of them. And then the last book will be from the prompt, book that starts with an A. Okay, we've got a good amount of prompts here, so I'm going to go choose some books and I will come back to you. So I'm now back from picking the books for these prompts. So the first prompt was a thriller book, and for that we have chosen Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I recently read The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It's my first Riley Sager book, and I really enjoyed it. I love the writing. I love the suspense. I remember reading it like it was like 1 a.m. and I genuinely was so scared, but it was fabulous. So I'm really excited to be able to get into another Riley Sager book. This one is about a girl whose family moved into a house when she was really young, and then they only stayed there for about 3 weeks, and then they left because of stuff that happened. She then goes back like 20 years later, not really believing all the stories that her family told her about the house, but she goes back there and ends up kind of discovering stuff about the house. So it sounds really interesting to me. I'm super excited to be able to get into this one. It has been sitting with my TBR books for so long, just because I have it there for if I ever want to get to it, but I'm really glad that it's actually on my TBR. Okay, so the next prompt was for a friend to choose a book. So the 2 books I've chosen for her to pick out of is The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. This is the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I really like that series, so I'm really excited to dive into another book of hers if it gets picked. This is about Belle, whose mother disappeared when she was really young, and now it all gets brought back up with a crime documentary that's being filmed, and then Rachel ends up just coming back. So I'm super excited to eventually get into this one. It is a newer release, which is exciting, but this is one of the options for my friend. Then the next option was on last month's TBR, but I just haven't been able to get to it. So I really want to give it another month chance of being picked, and that is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. This is the author of Better Than the Movies. After that book, I haven't really read anything else by Lynn Painter, but I picked this one up last month. It was on last month's TBR. I just haven't had the chance to get to it, but I am really hoping to get to it this month, whether it's picked or not. I think it's like a frenemies to lovers bet type romance. It sounds really interesting, so I am excited to read this eventually. So what I've done is I've taken pictures of the books and I'm just sending it to my friend Libby. Cool. So I've just sent her a message with the books, then the back of the books with a message just saying, hey, can you choose one of these books for next month's TBR? I will update you once she gets back to me. Okay, so it's now a few hours later and I have finally got a response from my friend Libby on whether I should read The Reappearance of Rachel Price or Betting on You. So she has said Betting on You. So we are officially adding Betting on You by Lynn Painter to May's TBR. Then the next prompt was a sapphic novel, and for this one I have picked Sorry Bro by Talene Voskuni. I'm probably saying that author's name wrong and I'm really sorry. So this book I actually picked up in Melbourne, so hopefully that Melbourne vlog should be coming out soon. But this book is about a girl who's, when her boyfriend proposes to her, she kind of realizes that he is not who she wants to be with. This isn't the life she wants. And she ends up going to some sort of festival, I think in San Francisco, with her brother. And she meets the tour guide, and her and the tour guide get along really well. And it's just exploring sexuality, exploring the questioning of your sexuality. And yeah, so this is my sapphic novel pick. I am super excited about this one. I've wanted to pick it up since I bought it in Melbourne and I'm glad that it's on my TBR. Then the next book I have is a book you've owned for 2+ years. Now this book I bought back in 2020, so I've had it for a while. It's always intrigued me. I've just never really picked it up. So if I pick it up this month, that's good. If not, I'm probably gonna add it to my unhaul, which I will do a video about that as well. So this book is A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I remember it being pretty popular back in 2020 when I did pick it up. Now this is also a queer romance as well. You've got two characters, both males, and they think they're love interests. It is set in, it says, it's set in 18th century Europe. You've got Lord Henry Montague, or his nickname's Monty, and his best friend Percy, and they're trying to do one last like big trip before the responsibilities that Henry has to face. So it sounds really interesting and it sounds like something I would like, just nothing yet has drawn me to really pick it up. So I'll see if I get to this one this month. The last prompt was a book that starts with an A. Now, originally when I was looking through my books, I was just like, do I even have a book that starts with an A? I did find a few options. The one I ended up choosing is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This has also been on my TBR for probably 2 years, like plus 2 years. Like I think I also bought this in 2020 and it's kind of just been sitting there. It's always intrigued me. I've seen such good things about V.E. Schwab and this series. The only thing I've read by her is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I really did enjoy that. So I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy her writing again. So I'm super excited to pick this one up. So I think this is a traveling magic act type fantasy. I have read one like it before. I think it was called The Night Circus. So I've read The Night Circus and it was all right. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. So I don't know if it's like that type of story or just the writing of that one that I didn't enjoy, but I am pretty sure I'll at least have a good time reading this one because I do like the writing style of V.E. Schwab. Then the last book that will be on my TBR but wasn't part of the prompts is my May mystery read book. So if you haven't seen or haven't followed along, I have a mystery book series, one for every month of the year. Basically my cousin, both last year and this year, gave me 12 books all wrapped up up with a little prompt on the front, just as a little mystery book series that she was able to go out and pick herself. They're usually all secondhand books, which is really good. It helps me get out of my reading comfort zone. I usually stick with romance, fantasy, or thrillers, which I know she has put a lot of those in there because I did say that was my favorite genres, but it really takes me out of my like comfort zone and my like pickiness with books, because I usually, a lot of the books that she has picked I haven't ever seen or thought of or picked up myself. So it's a really fun series for me to do, to read these books that are outside my comfort zones. So this one is Maze. The little wrapping paper is so cute. There's some drawings by my cousin's son. So I'm excited to open this for May's video. Now that I have all the books, let's go over my official May TBR. So we have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, Betting on You by Lynn Painter, Sorry Bro by Talene Voskuni, A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and my May mystery read. So that's my May TBR. I hope you guys liked today's video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully some of these books will be featured throughout some of the videos I make in the month. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.